What if I tell you, Instagram is not just an app. It is designed to keep you hooked. Every time you scroll, every time you pause on a reel, every time you watch just one more video, Instagram is learning you. It watches what grabs your attention, what makes you emotional, what keeps you scrolling. And slowly, without you noticing, it starts controlling your focus, your mood, and even your thinking. Have you ever opened Instagram for 5 minutes and suddenly 1 hour is gone? That is not random. In this video, we will break down the 5 biggest traps Instagram uses to control your mind, how it hooks your brain, how it keeps feeding you what you already crave, how it creates comparison, how it damages focus, and why leaving the app feels harder than it should. And then, most importantly, I will show you how to beat it, how to use Instagram without letting Instagram use you. Let's start with trap number 1, dopamine loop. This is one of the biggest reasons Instagram feels hard to leave. A dopamine loop is simple. Your brain gets small rewards again and again and starts craving more. That is exactly what Instagram does. One funny reel, one satisfying video, one emotional clip, one exciting post, and your brain says, just one more, then another, and another. You are not scrolling because you need it. You are scrolling because your brain is waiting for the next reward. That is why, have you ever opened Instagram for just 5 minutes and suddenly 30 minutes are gone, 1 hour is gone? You did not plan it, but it happened. Because Instagram is training your brain to chase quick pleasure. And slowly, real life starts feeling slow. Silence feels boring. Work feels hard. Even resting without touching your phone feels uncomfortable because your brain now wants constant stimulation. Now let's go deeper. Trap number 2, attention tracking. Instagram is not just showing content, it is studying you. Every second you spend on Instagram is data. It watches how long you stay on a reel, what you replay, what you like, what you save, what you skip, even what makes you pause. You may think, I am using Instagram, but Instagram is learning how your mind reacts. It slowly understands what makes you curious, what makes you emotional, what keeps you scrolling. And once it learns that, it starts feeding you more. Not random, calculated. That is why sometimes you watch one type of video and suddenly your whole feed becomes that. Now this creates something dangerous. Trap number 3, echo chamber. An echo chamber means you keep seeing more of what you already react to. Instagram does not always show balance. It shows patterns. If you watch sad content, you get more sad content. If you watch anger, more anger. Luxury, more luxury. Drama, more drama. At first, it feels normal, but slowly your mind gets trapped in one emotional direction. You stop seeing balance. You stop exploring different thoughts. You only keep consuming what already controls your attention. And without noticing, your feed starts shaping your mindset. Now this leads to something almost everyone feels. Trap number 4, comparison trap. You open Instagram and within seconds you see perfect bodies, perfect trips, perfect money, perfect lifestyle. And your brain quietly starts asking, why is my life not like this? That is where comparison begins. Even if you know people only show highlights, your brain still compares. And slowly, confidence drops. You feel behind, not enough, less successful. Not because your life changed, but because what you keep seeing changed. And then comes one of the most dangerous traps. Trap number 5, focus damage. Instagram trains your brain to expect speed. Fast clips, fast sounds, fast emotion, fast reward. Again, again, again. Then real life starts feeling difficult. Reading feels slow. Studying feels hard. Deep work feels boring. Even sitting quietly for a few minutes starts feeling uncomfortable because your attention has been broken into pieces. And this is one of the biggest hidden costs. Not time, focus. Now the real question is, how do you beat this without letting Instagram control your mind? Rule number 1, control the first hour. One of the biggest mistakes most people make is opening Instagram right after waking up. The moment you wake up, your mind is fresh, clear, quiet. That first hour shapes your attention. But many people do this. They wake up, pick up the phone, and start scrolling. Reels, stories, notifications, random content. And before the day even begins, their brain is already overloaded. Comparison starts, noise starts, dopamine starts, distraction starts. That is dangerous because you are giving your best mental energy to random content instead of your own life. Your brain should wake up with clarity, not chaos. That is why the first rule is simple. Do not open Instagram in the first hour of your day. Protect that hour. Use it for real things. Thinking, planning, reading, exercise, prayer, silence, even just sitting quietly. Because if Instagram controls the first hour, it can quietly control the rest of your focus. And once you protect your first hour, you already weaken one of Instagram's biggest traps. Now, let's go deeper. Rule number 2, break the algorithm. Here is something important. Instagram is always learning every second. It watches what you click, what you like, what you replay, what you save, what you stop scrolling on, even how long your eyes stay on one post. Then, it builds a pattern. And once it understands what keeps you hooked, it keeps feeding the same kind of content. Again, again, again. That is how people get trapped for hours without realizing it. Because the app is no longer random. It becomes personal. It starts showing exactly what your brain already wants. That is why breaking the algorithm matters. If you always watch useless reels, you will keep getting useless reels. If you keep watching drama, more drama. If you keep watching negativity, more negativity. If you keep watching comparison content, your insecurity grows. So how do you break it? Simple. Start changing what you react to. Stop liking junk. Stop replaying useless videos. Stop saving content that only wastes attention. Skip fast. Scroll away. Do not reward it. Instead, watch content that actually helps your life. Learning, fitness, business, mindset, faith, skill building, books, discipline. Because slowly, the algorithm starts changing, And when your feed changes, your mind changes too. You may not control Instagram completely, but you can train what it gives you. And that is powerful. Because now, you are not blindly consuming. You are choosing. And choice is the first step to freedom. Now, there is another trap most people ignore. Rule number 3, create friction. One reason Instagram becomes dangerous is because it is too easy, too fast, too available. You feel bored? Open Instagram. You feel stressed? Open Instagram. You feel lonely? Open Instagram. You do not even think anymore. Your hand moves automatically. That is not always choice. That becomes habit. And habits grow stronger when access is instant. That is why you must create friction. Make Instagram slightly harder to reach, because even small resistance can break automatic scrolling. For example, turn off notifications, because every notification is an invitation, a small pull saying, "Come back, check again." Do not let random alerts control your attention. Next, move the app away from your home screen. If it is always in front of you, your brain remembers it faster. But when it is hidden, you create a pause, and that pause matters. Sometimes, a 2-second pause is enough to stop useless scrolling. You can even log out after using it. Now, opening Instagram takes effort. Password, login, waiting. Small friction, but powerful. Or set a limit. Ask yourself, why am I opening this app? To learn? To upload? To reply? Or just to escape? Because when you start using Instagram with intention instead of impulse, you take back control. The goal is not to destroy the app. The goal is to stop automatic behavior. Because when access becomes harder, mindless scrolling becomes weaker. And now, there is one final rule, the most important one. Rule number 4, replace. Don't just remove. This is where most people fail. They decide, I will stop using Instagram. They delete the app. They force themselves. They stay away for 1 day, maybe 2. Then suddenly, they come back. And sometimes, they scroll even more. Why? Because they removed the habit, but never replaced it. And this is important. Your brain always wants something. Attention, stimulation, movement, progress, escape. If you remove Instagram but leave emptiness, your mind will go back to the easiest source. That is why you must replace it, not just remove it. For example, if you scroll when you feel bored, replace it with reading, even 5 pages, because now your brain still gets engagement, but from something real. If you open Instagram when stressed, replace it with walking, silence, breathing, prayer, music, anything that calms without trapping attention. If you scroll to avoid work, replace it with small action. Just start. 5 minutes of study, 10 push-ups, 1 page of writing, 1 small task. Because action breaks avoidance. And slowly, your brain learns a new reward, real progress, not fake stimulation. That is where real control begins. Because beating Instagram is not about hating the app. It is about building a stronger life outside the screen. When real life becomes meaningful, digital traps become weaker. And that is when you stop opening Instagram just to escape. you start using it with purpose, not addiction, not habit, choice. And that changes everything. Now, think honestly. Are you using Instagram? Or is Instagram quietly using you? If this video made you think, then do not just leave. Take one rule and start today. And if this helped you, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who feels trapped without even realizing it. See you in the next one.